Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Delusional's Arcade. So in this episode, we're going to go through and see all the stuff that I've been piling up here that I just have not gotten to in the mail, including this really cool Sega pop-up book. I got a sticker from Slick Nick. I got some stuff, I guess from my local EB prior to the pandemic. I figured I'd throw that in as well, and just a few other things. So I guess without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. Okay, so we're situated here in front of the arcade machines. I figured I'm just going to change it up a little bit. I usually just do it on the cocktail table. We'll get to that in a minute. We'll actually take some of these and show you in detail what's going on. But first of all, I wanted to give a quick shout out. I just got this in the mail from Slick Nick's Video Arcade. He has an awesome channel. You can check it out. If you look down below in the description, I'll send you a link to his channel. But he has a pretty cool channel where he does gameplay stuff and arcade-related things, and he's just an awesome dude. So check him out. Great channel. The other thing we'll do, let's put this on the side here. I got this a while back at Electronics Boutique. I think it was like $5. And what this is, it's actually a Super Metroid shirt. It's a extra large size. I am going to open it because I got one for my son as well. He had a small and it fit him just fine. So let's go ahead and unbox this real quick and I'll show you the shirt. And of course I have my Donkey Kong knife. I got this like on eBay a while back. So we'll just take that and we'll just carefully cut here, and that way we'll just make a quick thing. So let's see what this is. So I'll just toss this on the side now. I'll toss it out later. So basically it's a cartridge, which is pretty neat, and it has these things you can hang up on the side. So on this side here, you can basically hang it on a wall, display it as you want, or you can put it on a table. I'm probably going to hang it somewhere. And inside has like these little things you can open it up, is a Metroid shirt. So that's it right there. It's pretty neat. Let me see how it looks. I'm actually going to leave it out here. So let's go ahead and take it out. Let me put this over here. And this is it. So not bad for $5, right? You know, Super Metroid. I'm going to be wearing it on the channel. I'm going to go ahead and launder it first, and then make sure everything's cool. Now I bought this prior to all this pandemic that's going on, so I just opened it now finally. My son has had it actually for a while. He's been wearing his and rocking his for a while. So let me put that on the side here. Let's see what else we got here. So of course I need supplies. I mean, I've been wanting to repair my Outrun boards, so I didn't have enough chips. So what I do is I order them from China. And I got this a while back. What I do is when I get stuff from China, I let it sit for a couple weeks just in case, or anywhere actually. So these will be good for like repairing any Outrun boards that I have and any other things. So I was running low on that. And I'll put a link in the description. These guys are pretty good. I believe it's called JK Parts. And every one that I've gotten from them has been looking like new, and they're pre-formatted and everything. Or they're pre-blanked out, I should say. So you can just go ahead and burn them right away. You don't have to worry about erasing them first. And they're all genuine. I've never had an issue with any of their chips. I mean, every now and then you'll get one that's bad, but for the most part, you know, that's just normal. For the most part, they've just been rock solid. So I usually just order chips from them only. So it's great when you find a nice distributor, you know, from China to get these chips that you know is pretty reliable. So I'll go ahead and put this in my bin of EPROMs later. Let's see here. This one's pretty cool. This is actually from Jim Brittle. This is going to be for my Gapless project. I actually had one that he donated to the channel that I'm using currently in my Total Carnage. I'll have a video on that in the future. But this is really the one I wanted to feature. And because I liked it so much, I figured why not? And I bought this for my Gapless project. So I'm going to have a multi-switcher on my Gapless, which goes from the Galaga 88, which is JAMA, to bootleg Galaga in there as well. With the adapter for JAMA, because this is not only JAMA. What's really cool about this is that, I'll show you really fast. And just cut it open. You can actually have different adapters in here, so it doesn't have to be strictly JAMA. So, for example, in my Total Carnage machine, which has 2 joysticks, I can put a Karate Champ in there, and he has the adapter for Karate Champ to go into the interface. So it's the easy switcher that I ordered. It's really cool, works really good. It's configurable, you know, whatever you put on one is going to be the one that boots up automatically, and then you have the, you know, switcher where you just hold down the 1-player and 2-player buttons. So this is the actual switcher itself. I'll kind of go through that in the future. I'm not going to unbox it completely now, but that's the main board. And then the idea is you have these tiny little boards here that interface. And for example, this one here, I believe, let me just double check here. Yeah, this is a Galaga one for my GAP+ board. So it has all the connectors that you need. So if I open this up here, I'll just show you this real fast. You don't necessarily have to have JAMA because it connects with these IDE connectors, which is awesome. The ribbon connectors. So this is it. Here, let me open that. So that's it, and this is the interface. And you know, this would go into the Galaga board or the GAP+ board in my case. And then the IDE cable would go from here, and then the power would go right to there. So it's really cool. He has all these power cables that he includes. I'm just gonna take one out. They're pretty long. So, you know, you can just connect it to there and put it on the side or wherever you want to put it. And then, of course, he has the cables, which there's a ton of them here. It takes up to 8. And then you connect that and then to the switcher itself. And it has all these interfaces right on there. So you just buy the boards for him. So instead of spending money, these go for about, I don't know, $25 each. As opposed to, I believe, 30, like if you go to other places. And you know, you have to worry about it being JAMA. This one just simplifies it. You put that there, goes right into the interface, you're done. Or you can get the JAMA versions. I believe I got a couple more JAMA here. So this is going to be for Galaga 88, which I'm going to be running on a Raspberry Pi, by the way. I'm going to have it directly booting to that with I believe it's the Pi for JAMA adapter on that. Until I can get a Galaga 88 board, because they're pretty pricey. We're talking like, I'm assuming like around 800 bucks or so. They're super expensive, but it's a good board to have. And then this one here is just another JAMA that I'm going to be running probably, actually no, you know what this is? This is for Century games. So I had wanted to get a Time Pilot to run in there or a Gyrus. So either one would be awesome to run in there. So, you know, I have choices on what I can do. And right now I just ordered 3 interface boards, but you know, he does give you all the cables here. So there should be 8 total, and then all the power lines and all that. And thanks again, Jim, for letting me try out the other one and letting me keep it. That was really generous of you. But you guys will want to see that video. It's going to be a really in-depth, cool video for my GAP+ build. And speaking of GAP+, let's go ahead and get this. I got this from Brandon. It was actually printed from This Old Game. Rich at This Old Game printed it. And of course, I have the Pacific Arcades version of the control panel. So this is actually going to work perfectly. I have the control panel. I'll give you a quick sneak peek at that. I still haven't released the video on it, but this is it. This thing was beat up like crazy. I'll show you a before picture now. And then of course, this is the after where I filled everything in. Looks beautiful. And then this artwork is going to go right on it, where the 2 start buttons are going to line up right there, as you can see. And then of course, you know, the fire button, which is right in the center there. And then it's an 8-way joystick. And then of course the fire button on the other side. So it's going to be really, really cool. So now we're going to get to the good part. Now this part here, a lot of goodies, man. I had this, I must have gotten this at least a year ago. So what this is a Legend of Zelda encyclopedia. So what's awesome about this thing, I mean, I wanted to do a whole review on it, but just my time is so precious now that I figured, oh, let me just do an unboxing with everything else. So I haven't opened it yet. I guess we'll open it once I go to the cocktail. We'll see the more detail. But it's cool. It has like the giant cartridge look, and it's a book. It has like golden pages on the edges. And I think I picked this up. It was a lot of money at the time, but I picked this up on sale. I got it for like, I don't know, 25 bucks, something like that, which wasn't that bad. So I'm going to have this on display. I want to open it. It has all kinds of information about the Zelda series. Legend of Zelda on Nintendo is one of my favorite games. You know, the first and the second. I stopped liking them. Well, not really liking them, but I stopped playing them when they started getting 3D, like in the N64. I know you guys are going, oh my God, that was one of the best ones. But for me, I like the old 8-bit, you know, 16-bit ones, like on Super Nintendo, kind of the top-down view and stuff. So yeah, we're going to open this in a minute. And then I'll give you a sneak peek of what I'm about to open up. We'll probably start with this one on the cocktail, but it has some information. It's really cool. It tells you all about it. And then, of course, I'll just show you real quick. It has some pop-up stuff, which is pretty badass in my opinion. So we'll go ahead, let's go and look at this one first. We'll set up on the cocktail, and then we'll continue with this series here. All right, guys, so this is it. This is the Sega Arcade pop-up history. You're gonna find it, if you look over here, I mean, it's just so awesome, just the way it's all together. You'll find a link about it in the description. I can't recall where I got this. I got it a little while ago, and it finally came in the mail. I had ordered it, I guess, right before the pandemic happened, and it just took a while to get to me. So check the link for the description. I'll do the research for you, and you can just click on that. But I can't remember how much I paid for it, but I know it wasn't that pricey, and it was pretty decent for what you get. So I'm going to quickly open it up. So what's awesome about this is it tells you, it has the table of contents of what's going on, and shows you all the different stuff. It has a foreword. You can read about it, which is pretty cool. And then, of course, it has all the games here. So this is Hang On from 1985. Trying to show you without it glaring there. And then, it shows you kind of concept drawings and everything of the actual games. Some more history. So this one here is Space Harrier. Talks about it. It has some screenshots and stuff, which is pretty cool. I'll try not to get the glare there. What else do we have? We have Outrun, of course, which is really awesome. More screenshots. And then Afterburner. And what's awesome is that these are actually on the back in pop-up, which is pretty cool. So it tells you, I guess these are just different versions of it. It says here, this is a concept. Yep, these are concept drawings from '87. And then, have Afterburner again. I guess it kind of evolved into other stuff that you see today. And this is also a concept right here. So it's really neat seeing all those stuff. Thunderblade, I used to own this. And it was a kind of cool game too. Power Drift, kind of goes to the history of that. Here's some more Power Drift screenshots there. And then, of course, you have Pop-Up Showcase. I don't know if you can see. There we go, Pop-Up Showcase. I'm trying not to get the glare there from the light. So here it is, check this out. You open each one, and then what happens is it actually pops up. So I'll quickly rotate it so you guys can see from all angles. But this is basically Hang On. It's cool because it has, if you see on the side here, it has like a coin box, just like the real deal. And then on the front here, it has, you can see the monitor for each one, and then it just folds. So that's that. And now here, this one's popping up. This is Space Harrier. Again, you can see you have the coin box right over here, and the monitor with the game on it. And this thing is just awesome. If you look sideways, it's hard to see, but there's like the joystick here, which is kind of three-dimensional there. So it's really nice. I think it's a great addition to the library that I have here. So we'll do that. Of course, next one coming up is none other than Outrun. We have the whole deluxe one. Looks pretty cool. You have the coin box on the side. I think this is this has to be the European version. I think this was made in the UK, this whole book. I'm not really sure. Again, check the description, it'll have it there. But it has a shift around the other side because it is a UK version. In the US, the shifter, would be on the right side over here. So still cool. It even has, if you look on this side, it has the speakers right over here. And of course, the monitor, if I tilt it up a little bit, you can see in there. There you go. So really neat. Here's another one, Afterburner. This is actually the one that finally made it through. It's not the concept, so it's kind of neat. Here, let me hold that up so you can see it. And then if you peek inside, you can barely see it there, the monitor and stuff. And then it has, the thing on the side here, I guess for the Afterburner. And then you put it in there. So really, really cool. I really love this thing. All right, next one, of course, is Thunderblade. Now, Thunderblade came in two flavors. You had this version here, which you see, which is the, did this actually come out? Let me just double check. No, it looks right. So this version right here was the cockpit version. There were only two versions. There was this, and a lot of people call the other one the Cabaret, but actually that was the full size, or the mini, but they never made a full size like kind of like what you see with Outrun. Outrun has like the deluxe, which looks like this. You know, it's like a cockpit version. And then you had the upright, which I have, and then of course the mini. And then next to the mini would be this version. So for Thunderblade, there's only two. There's this one here, which is a huge one, or the mini, but there was no upright that was full size. So technically that's not a cabaret. A lot of people call it the cabaret version, but you know, it is the full side cab that they came out with, besides this one here, which is, you know, the deluxe edition. So I think it's cool. You can see all the stuff in there. I love the fact that you have the joystick, you know, which is that big snake type right there. Kind of neat. And then last but not least, power drift. So this is the deluxe type edition. Looks pretty neat. If you look inside, you can see the monitor and stuff, and you know, the steering wheel, and of course the coin box on the side over here. Just really, really cool looking thing. And that basically is the whole book. So it has all the pop-ups over here, like I said, where you can see them all. And then it has the history of everything on the front. So this is really cool. It's really, you know, I like to leave these like, you know, on the coffee table or something, and people are coming into the arcade. It's not all about playing stuff. You have people that'll sit here and just read the book, and, you know, they'll have a good time looking at all the pop-up stuff. It's just pretty amazing how it just folds and pops up just like a greeting card. So fantastic idea. Kudos to you guys for thinking of it. And again, link is in the description. I'm not endorsed by them or anything. It's just something that I thought was cool, and I thought I'd share with you guys. And you even have it on the spine here. It says Sega pop-up history. So very cool. Let me see if I can go to the next one now. This is the other one that's a full. This thing is like, it weighs a ton. So I'm gonna go ahead and open that. I'm not worried about devaluing it or whatever. A lot of people are like, oh, why are you opening it? You should leave it sealed. The whole point is to read the encyclopedia about the game. So I'm sure this will actually spend some time upstairs in my bedroom where I can read about it before I go to bed, you know, and then I'll put it down here as reference material on a shelf or something, or on my coffee table. So we'll see. So I'm just gonna unwrap it here for the first time. And it's cool. It even has what appears to be like looking like the manual. So this is the instruction booklet. Kind of nice little touch here. You know, table of contents. Again, it's the first time I'm opening it, so I'm discovering stuff as I'm talking to you. I mean, I saw some previews and stuff. People said it was amazing and great. But really nice touch that they had this. Now, it says here that it's $79.99 US. I did not pay that. I paid like $25. I got it on sale. But originally it was going for a lot of money, for 80 bucks. And it probably would be worth it at 80 bucks as a collector's item. All right, let's take it out here. So we'll carefully just remove the cartridge. Let's see if I can do that. There we go. So I'm taking it out. All right, we'll just keep this right here. And then it's really hard to explain, but this has like a gold, this feels just like the cartridge, like this gold texture. It's like kind of like raised, or it just feels really good. And it looks legitimate, you know? And what's cool is like, I'm not really getting any fingerprints on it, like I'm touching it and stuff. So this says published by Dark Horse Books. So that's who it's by. You can see the reflection really well. Really nice and shiny, this portion right here, and also the portion on top for the cartridge, where you're supposed to kind of handle it. Has a nice spine here. It says Legend of Zelda Encyclopedia. Let me actually put it this way so you guys can see it. You're gonna see a lot of glare because it's so shiny. And then we'll put this down here. I'll move this to the side so we can get a better view. And wow, really good quality. So this is the map of Hyrule, looks like. I'm curious what the back has. Yeah, it's the same deal. So it's nice that they have that, nice touch. And again, you know, I bought this on my own. I'm not getting paid to review this or anything, but just really cool stuff. You know, has table of contents. This is really good. This reminds me of when I was a kid. I used to play Dungeons and Dragons, and they'd have like a table of contents, and you'd be just referring to stuff all the time. So it's cool. It has The Legend of Zelda, The Adventure of Link, A Link to the Past. Those are the three that I like. Link's Awakening was good too. I believe, which was the one on the Game Boy Advance? Correct me in the comments, but I love the Game Boy Advance one too. Link's Awakening is, I think, that one. I'm not really sure, but those are the ones I like. The top-down view, which are kind of 8-bit looking. Oh, it actually has it here. All my answers I can answer myself. So let's see. This is the Game Boy version. Yep, Link's Awakening. That's the one I've played. I've played the one on the Game Boy Color. I believe it's Link's Awakening as well, but they just colorized it. So a lot of fun. I love these versions right here. This one here. I don't think I've ever finished Super Nintendo version. Don't hate me in the comments, but I will eventually, now that I have the Raspberry Pi and stuff and I can get it going. But yeah, I don't have a Super Nintendo system right now. I sold it like a dummy about 10 years ago, thinking it was worth nothing, and then now it's like, oh man, I shouldn't have sold it. But I do have a couple NESs. One of them I will mod in a future video. I'm just gonna put that different connector on it so it doesn't do that flashing that it does. This is really cool. A lot of cool stuff in here. I'm just not gonna go through the whole thing, but it kind of explains everything as you go. The history of it, you know, this is all history, historical records. I'm gonna skip ahead by a lot. And actually, you know what? Let me go back to the table of contents. So I can figure out exactly where the NES is. So 218. So again, the pages, they're all golden, but when you move them, I mean, it's just such a quality book. I can't believe I got this for so cheap. But yeah, it has all this cool stuff in it. We're gonna go to 218 because I want to see what it says about Zelda, the NES version. Wow, it even talks about Kirby here. Wow. All right, let's see. 218. It's 13, 15. All right. So check this out. Wow. I mean, these are from, I believe these are from the manual. It might be from the, I have the Nintendo Power that has the Link's Awakening version on there. The walkthrough, but yeah, it tells you all about it. What's what, the plot, main characters, and of course everyone knows that this is Princess Zelda. This isn't Zelda, that's Link. Some people say, hey, that's Zelda. That's not right. I laugh at people that do that. Yep, it has the whole map. It tells you what's going on. Development. Wow, look at these documents where they drew the map out there. That's pretty cool. Really, really cool. This part 2. Yep, I remember seeing that like swastika looking dungeon. I guess they drew it. This one here looks like a lamp. That's levels 1 through 6. Really neat. So I'm not going to spoil the rest of the book. This thing, I mean, I could read this forever. So I think it's pretty awesome. Yeah, definitely a book I'm glad I bought, you know, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be picking it up, wondering. But supposedly, from what I read, this kind of links what happens between each one and kind of has a timetable. I believe that's why these other ones were first before the NES, because maybe they're prequels to the games. I'm not really sure. I haven't played them, so I don't know. But this is the version that I love, which is the NES. If I had to choose one, that's the one I'd play all day. So, yeah, and then this over here, it's just explaining stuff and all the different, oh, that's cool. It has all the Japanese versions. Wow, really cool. So yeah, this is a great book. I'm glad I got it. I spent a lot of time on it because it's awesome. So really cool. So I have this and I have the Sega one that I wanted to show you here. Like I said, 2 quality books that I ordered along with the other stuff. So, all right, so let's head back and wrap this up. There's a couple announcements, you know, I want to make and show you. There's actually one package in particular that I just got today that inspired me to do this video because I'm super excited to open it. So let's go ahead and head over to the arcades and look at that one. All right, guys, that about does it for this video. Now, stay tuned. I mean, look below. I kind of saved this for last. It's kind of a little Easter egg I'm putting in here. This actually is a Harmon's Customs bar top, and look how big that thing is. It's like on the floor. It's all the way up. You can see on the right where it's reaching almost the steering wheel on Outrun, and also the bottom of the control panel on my Stargate multi-Williams cabinet. What that's going to be is it's going to be a Neo Geo bar top. It's going to be full size, 2 players. I'm going to put my slot 1 in there with Blazing Star, and then of course, you know, I can swap it out whatever cartridge I want. I just go on the back, open the back really quick, pop it out, put it in. So it's going to be a legitimate hardware accurate because it is running actual hardware, which is pretty awesome. So, you know, stay tuned for that. I'll do that unboxing and that whole video series. I might do the unboxing live. I kind of thought about it. I may do that live just to get all the pieces out, and then we'll just go ahead and assemble it and do the gameplay video on that. It should be really cool, so I'm really excited about that. Harman Custom does amazing stuff. If you want to look here, you'll see I did the Ms. Pac-Man one. You can click on the link on top. And also I did the Donkey Kong one prior to that, and you can click on the link on top. And of course, last but not least would be the Star Wars one that I did for my buddy over in Virginia, which came out pretty amazing as well. That's a 2-player cabinet, widescreen, which was just a great cabinet to have. So this one's going to be pretty legitimate. Like I said, it's not going to be running emulator. It's going to be running the actual Pi, so it should be cool. All right, guys, so follow me on Twitter as well. I'm at Del's Arcade there, and of course I'm on Instagram, so follow me there as well. I post pictures all the time of stuff I'm working on because I am super busy. You know, I'm working full-time, and then of course, you know, when I'm home, it's just really hard to film with a 3-year-old always coming in, wanting to play with me and stuff. So that's the only reason I haven't really been posting as much as I wanted to. But I have been shooting here and there. I just need to edit a lot, you know, for the Gap Plus and other projects I've been working on. So fear not, the channel's still going strong. I have like gigabytes and gigabytes of stuff I have to edit and put together to show you guys. So should be a lot of fun. And I'm going to continue actually tomorrow doing some more laminating for my Gapless cab. That thing is coming out awesome. I mean, I can't wait to show you guys. It's just, you know, it's blowing my mind. Each time I see it, I'm like, this is looking really good. I'm going all out on it. So stay tuned for that series as well. All right, guys, if you're not a subscriber here, feel free to subscribe below or, you know, click on the like button. I mean, it really does help me out, and you are going to get a quality channel. I am planning on upgrading my equipment eventually. I'm probably going to wait till probably the end of the summer, maybe in the fall. We'll get some good sales and stuff going on because I do want to upgrade to 4K. So that way when I'm working on stuff, you guys can really see it in high quality when I'm soldering and stuff like that. So stay tuned. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks again for coming. Be safe out there with this pandemic that's going on. You know, just be smart about everything, and I will see you next time. Take care.